Hello, this is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City. This is the second video that I'm doing updating some short sale information for you. I've done some short sale videos that you can access here at Joe Pryor 1247. But I want to keep you up with what's changing about short sales. Now, the one I just did was on the HAFA conventional short sales, the way that they've streamlined it, the way it's really working especially well for conventional loans right now. But what I want to do is address VA. I want to address people that have a Veterans Administration backed loan. And you know, the interesting thing about VA to me is something I learned just a few weeks ago, which is that despite the fact that it's a zero down loan if you want it to be, and there's no mortgage insurance on it, it's a guaranteed loan versus an insured loan. That right now, in terms of the current default rate, that actually zero down VAs have the lowest default rate in the country. So not only should we thank our veterans for serving their country, we also need to thank them for making their house payments better than anybody else is, even with 20% down payments. So, but, you know, under the circumstances, that may not be the way it is for every veteran. Now, some of the people that are getting VA loans are in the service at this time. And of course, there's the issue of when VA tells you to move, when the Air Force or whatever says you got to move, you got to move. And maybe that may put you into that foreclosure situation. And so that may be a problem. Now, another issue on why you want to do a short sale if you're a veteran is if you have a security clearance, because a foreclosure in most every situation on a security clearance will get you taken off the job. So you could be removed from your military service for having a foreclosure. So that's really important. Now, most people who have a VA loan or people that have already served the country are now in civilian life again and are using their VA eligibility. So what happens when a veteran is facing foreclosure? Well, again, a foreclosure is when you start missing your payments. That's starting with default after missing your first payment over 30 days. Then it gets in Oklahoma to a point of getting served a notice of les pendens, where we have to have a judge rule on awarding the right to foreclose to the lender. That's usually at about the 6-month mark, and then sometime between that and maybe 6 months or less, then the sheriff's sale. And this is something you really want to avoid, regardless of the kind of loan that you have. Now, VA and FHA are similar on their short sales in the respect that rather than getting a realtor out there to do what's called a broker price opinion, then send that back to the lender, and the lender has a valuation model, VA and FHA send out a full-blown appraiser, and the appraiser goes out and appraises the homes. Now, we do have some problems at times with VA in that they do not allow distressed properties to be used as comparables. And if you're in Oklahoma, that can be a problem, because in Oklahoma we don't have a lot of distressed properties, but much less foreclosure action here. And even though you can't use it in some other markets, the foreclosure is a drag if you have a lot of them on the price of just every house that's sold. But that can be an issue, and we try to deal with that with the appraiser. But one big change, and this is the essence of this video, is that VA has decided to do something that FHA has been doing for years, which is to give you an incentive for doing the short sale. So if you're participating in a VA short sale, the first thing that they want you to do is stay in the home. Even though you're not making the payments, they want you to stay in the home. They want you to maintain the utilities, keep everything clean, keep the landscaping good. You know, if it's in the summer or spring months, they want you to mow. And they want you to stay there and allow me or another realtor to show the home properly, that you're not going to interfere with the ability to sell the house. Of course, if you're doing a short sale, you don't want to interfere, and you won't. That's never been our situation with VA people. But they want you to do that while you're in the home. Now, if you leave the home, it becomes abandonment of property unless you get a acceptance of leaving the home from VA in the first place. And that would be because you are forced to leave your home to another state, for instance, because of a job, that you're going to lose your job unless you move. And that can be an acceptable way of living your home. But even if you do that, you need to stay current on the fact that the home is being taken care of. In other words, utilities still have to stay on in your name, they still have to be maintained, and someone's going to have to be doing the yard if they allow you to go ahead and leave. But those are the caveats, or those are the kind of the red flags that you need to be concerned with, because we don't want you to lose the ability to do a short sale, but we will advise you on that. Now, the big change, the one I really want to talk to you about right now, is the fact that there's an incentive program now in place on VA, similar to what FHA has been doing for years. So you could be getting, say, up to $1,500 maximum as a bonus for participating in the program. Now, I know that's not a huge amount of money, but think about it for a minute. If you are facing foreclosure and you have a hardship and you're in your house for 4 months, and not renting somewhere else, maintaining the program so that, because VA really does care about you and they're working with the lender to get you out of a foreclosure, that at the end, when you go to closing, that a check is issued to you for that amount of money. Or if we have things like homeowners dues that are past due that may prevent the house from selling because of a lien, part of that money can go to the homeowners to pay that off, which is money that you didn't have to pay them in the first place. So that's the essence of a VA foreclosure. The VA is very proactive in working with the lender. There is an appraiser that goes out to assess the value. You can stay in your home for as long as it takes to close. In fact, they want you to do that, maintain it, and now there's an incentive for the program with a check that could be coming to you at the end of closing. So if you're a veteran and you have an issue with making your house payments, please call us. Let us advise you of all your alternatives. Maybe there's a way of not doing a short sale and avoiding a foreclosure. Maybe you do have the ability to do a refinance or some type of a loan modification. We want you to know what all your options are, but most importantly, we do not want the devastation of a credit meltdown that comes from a foreclosure on your record. So please call me. I'm Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values with the speed of technology.